Rockets, as we'll see the Toledo Rockets. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside Dave. The Cyclones will kick it away to start. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. RPO complete to open the drive. They get him stopped and out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and the big play has this offense ready to mount a threat. And the Rockets come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Grabbed in the middle, it's Holly. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Off play action. Grab near the sticks, it's Holly. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33. The Rockets look to keep this drive humming. Looking for a man. It's Gleason. Dumps it off in the flats. He's run out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the 26. And the Rockets with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Motion from the wide receiver. He wants to throw it again. Caught near the sticks. It's Holly. They knock him down at the 21. It's a pickup of 5 yards on the play and enough for a first down. The Rockets come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Makes the grab. He'll step out of bounds at the 11.
Great job by the receiver catching that curl route. But did you see the way he came back to the football? That's a great lesson for a lot of young receivers out there. You create separation by coming back to the quarterback.
Looking for a chunk play on second and short. He's got it. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
And the Rockets trying to pay off the threat on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Quarterback making checks. Trying to power it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Rockets.
You love as a head coach to watch your offense take the field and establish a rhythm and consistency the way they did there. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection. They go 10 plays on the opening drive. They cap it off with a touchdown.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll bring it out. It's Townsend. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. They'll give it to the back. And that's the way they'll start, and they hope it gets better. No gain.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. To the air. It's Beck. Right down the middle. Picked off. What a way to set him up. He stopped. Not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. This time he's got his man. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can... He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off, he takes off, and gets a positive gain.
Give to the running back. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Toledo. Offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Georgia State looked like a program ready to take the next step after a big road win today. This was a complete team effort from the Panthers. Offense, defense, and special teams doing its part. Impressive, to say the least. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Townsend. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
3rd down, the focus of the defense has to shift. It has to change. We have to understand now exactly where the sticks are. We can't give up those plays for them to get beyond the sticks and get those first downs.
The give to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. They just can't do it better.
Back to throw, it's Beck. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Complete to the right. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. Going with the ground game left. And here's the tackle at the line of scrimmage, and that'll send us to the 2nd quarter. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Toledo has the lead. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Big turning point as we head into the 2nd and get this game rolling again. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Unloads to the wideout. And he got a hand in there. Knocks it away. Incomplete.
Yeah, and a really good job by the defender, understanding the ball's coming. I got to break on it and go, and not try to intercept it and make a bad play. He swats it down and makes sure that's an incompletion.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
Oh, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
On 4th down, going to the air. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. Looking for a crease. It's Traina. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive. Stick your foot in the ground. Pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
The short hands. It's Holly. Just keep moving this thing forward. He's out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 37-yard line. The Rockets come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40.
Been really impressed watching this offense this year and how good they are on 3rd down. The reason they're so efficient, they don't have penalties, they keep these 3rd downs manageable, and they've got a special talent at running back that can find his way to the sticks.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet.
Turning it on! They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. And you saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. Tough sledding there as he picks up 1 to the 29.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Looking downfield, it's Gleason. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this defense had some matchups they felt really good about up front, and they won one right there, getting to the quarterback, creating a negative play, and they're going to need these guys to start winning more of those because they are finding themselves in a hole here early in the game.
Looking down the middle. He's got an open man. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Rockets. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
All you can say is how impressive has this team been at home today in all three facets of the game. Their defense has been outstanding. We've seen some plays in special teams, and the offense continues to deliver, showing off all of the playmakers and all of the versatility they have on that side of the football. This could not be better here in the first half for the home team.
He gets it across the 25 to the 27 after bringing it out of the end zone. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Got it in the middle, it's Sowell. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one. Beck saved his best for last in 2024. 4 touchdowns to seal a classic Pop-Tart Bowl win. Unfrosted still better. This year he's going to have to get used to some new receivers, and they're going to need some guys to step up, David.
Unfrosted, absolutely not better first. That was blasphemous. You should never get away with that again. But Rocco Beck, he had a great, solid season. Came up in the clutch when they really needed him down the stretch of games. Another year in the system. Interested to see what the Cyclones can do now.
He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
And the Cyclones really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. Quarterback keeps it. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. This drive's been productive so far. Already picked up a couple of first downs, now out close to midfield. Back to throw, it's Beck. Caught over the middle, it's Brown. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, I think for that play to work, you need to have some access and cushion and coverage for the receiver to be able to do something with it after the catch. That time, the defender was just way too close, all over him, and he tackles him for no gain.
Back to pass. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Working on the right. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes a connection. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that...
Headed to the end zone, and he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Cyclones!
A nice job by this offense, putting the scoring drive together. And now, listen, it's not even halftime yet. So keep fighting, going to halftime, regroup. We found a little something on this drive. See if we can cut into this lead and continue to make this game closer and closer.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Looking downfield on 1st down. Just a short pass to the tight end. There's the grab. That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. Quarterback may change this route. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking to throw, it's Gleason. Fires to the wideout. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
He wants to take the top off. Grabs it at the 25-inch stride. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. And the Rockets trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Working that left side now. Couldn't quite get it into the end zone. He goes out of bounds at the 3, but they are in business.
Well, this defense is being challenged, and this secondary in particular. And I know a DB made the tackle there, but we're only in the 2nd quarter, and already this quarterback has over 200 yards passing.
snaps it in the shotgun. Big guy smells it. Touchdown, Toledo. And they take it in for 6 more points.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They add insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Coming out with it, it's Townsend. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. To throw, it's Beck. Looking deep down the right side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. So now it's 2nd and long. Defense playing a bail technique. He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Pressure is all over him, and he can't get it off. Down he goes, and that'll bring us to the end of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Just about set to get this second half underway. He'll bring it out. It's Townsend. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Iowa State sending the offense back out. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this position.
Breaks into the open. Got the first down and more. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw on that out route.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not 2nd and long. It's not 3rd and long. Now it's the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Looking to pass. It's Beck. Hauls it in. Finds a crease at the 20. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9.
We always talk about Yak, and that was third and very manageable. They were just throwing the ball to the sticks, just trying to pick up a simple first. But when you've got playmakers like that can do things after the catch, any play could be an explosive one, and you saw it right there. Tremendous job getting it to him early, and he does the rest.
It'd be interesting to watch this offense really down the stretch because they can't really have that balance, especially when they're going backwards. Like, they're down, they've got to put up some points, got to get some stops. I think this offense has to be aggressive, and I think it's going to have to be through the air.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to fire. He's got the tight end. Touchdown, Iowa State. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Toledo has the ball. Here comes the offense. And after that last score, this is just a 2-possession game now, and they'll be looking to find some cushion on this drive. Now they'll run it to the right here. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
A lot of times with these RPOs, you see linebackers so slow, they don't want to mess up. Not on this one. Watch the defense attack downhill, go get the running back, get a tackle for a loss.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical.
Purdy on the Jets. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Rockets. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
This offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second half. They take their first drive of the third quarter, march it down the field and score. There is no end in sight for these guys.
And they split the uprights on the extra point. They're up 35-14. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. Fielded in the end zone, it's Townsend. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Caught near the sticks. It's Townsend. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. To the air. It's Beck. Here's the pressure. And he'll just get rid of that one.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to throw again. That's caught. It's Townsend. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
And money down is where you see defenses really understand where the sticks are, play great pass defense, know what's coming, and get off the field.
A famous writer once said most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on fourth down, trailing, interception, and things are going from bad to worse. Bringing it back. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to thread the field.